Hey kids, so we are still in lesson 7. We are still on level 5, and we are still choosing our own adventures with nested if statements. So let's take a gander at the meteorite landings. And my guess, if I recall, all of these are kind of the same. Um, I see I've got like names of meteorites, I've got classes of meteorites, and I've got the years that they landed. And if I recall, when I was looking at this earlier, there might be some discrepancy about what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to write this get meteorites method, which is in the landings class, to return the number of meteorites that landed since that year, where the length of the class is greater than 3. Now, so in other words, if I put 2006, I should choose 2006, 2009, 2009, 2011. But again, the classes, there's not a whole lot of things that have 3 or more characters in it. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with this. But in the Theater Runner class, I've got an array of meteorite objects that is called meteors. And like I've been doing before in these Choose Your Own Adventures, I'm going to have to create these meteor objects, these meteorite objects, by taking the names text and the classes text and the years text and probably turning those into arrays. And then here is the landings object, which is named Scene, that I will use to draw all of my stuff in the theater. So here's the landings class. So it has that private array of meteorite objects called meteors. And I've got my constructor here that takes the meteorite array as an input, if you will. And then here's my getter method for this class, and here's the get meteorites by year. So I don't see it. So this says count and return the number of meteorites that landed in the parameter year. So not since the parameter year, but in the parameter year. So I'm not sure what to do, but we'll figure this out. And then the draw result is what I'll call, which has the year and the count. So we'll play around with this and we'll test it and see what it does. The meteorite class has the 3 instance variables, name, rec class, and year. So the constructor, each meteorite object has 3 kind of data points with it, the name and the recommended classification and the year that it landed. And there's your get name, get rec class. We're going to have to use that, and we're going to use get year most likely. And here is the create meteors method that takes the 3 text files, turns them into arrays, and then combines those arrays into the objects, the meteorite objects. So I will make a video that describes that a little bit better, but you should read over this and make sure you understand all those parts. So let's go to landings and let's go to get meteorite. Count and return the number of meteorites that landed in the parameter year where the length of the recommended classification is greater than 3. So we need to keep a count of things. So I'm going to create an integer called count, if I could spell it, and I'll set it equal to 0 to start with. And we can use a enhanced for loop or a traditional for loop. I think I'll go traditional. I'll kind of alternate. So I will go for int I equals 0. I want I to be less than. Now the length, the name of the list up here is called meteors. So it's the length of that array. So meteors dot length. And I will go I plus plus. I will increment that item by 1. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my if statements, and I'm going to get the things I need out of that. So let's see, I will go if, let's see, count and return the number of meteorites where the length of its recommended class is greater than 3. Oh, so I want the year. So if I'm going to take the ith element, so meteors, and the ith element dot, I need to get, is that get year? Get year, yes it is. So it is get year, get year is, and that's an int, so I can use equal to get the year. So if the meteor in the ith place, if the year of that meteor is equal to the year here, then I want to go to the next one, and if the meteor in the ith element, if the get recommended class, I think that is get rec class. Yep, get rec class. And I need the length of that. I don't want to make that mistake again, so I'm going to say length is greater than 3. Not greater than or equal to, greater than 3. So if that's the case, I'm going to increment my count by 1. And then the only thing I have to do here is just return the count. Okay, so I think that's okay there. Let's go to the theater class. So we need to call the get meteorites by year method and then pass the result to a call to the draw results. So remember, the draw results takes the year and the count, both ints. The count comes from this method here, and the year we will type in. This year is going to be the same as this year. So let's go over here. Let's create an int variable. So I'll call it the count equals. I'm going to take my scene, which is a landings object, and I'm going to get meteorites by year, and I'm passing it the year, so I'm going to go, I'll go 2000 and see what happens. And then I am going to use the scene, and I'm going to go draw result, and I'm going to put in 2000 because that is my year I used right above, and then I'm going to pass it the count. So let's see if I made any spelling errors. And what did I do? Oh yes, metro. So let's go over here and fix that puppy. It's meteor. Let's run it, see what happens. Is it? No. Same place. So did I? Oh, meteors. It's meteors, not meteor. It is meet. It sounds so funny to say that too. It's meteors. So meteors there, meteors there, meteors there. Now let's stop it and run it again and see what happens. There you go. So 0 meteorites. So I wonder, I don't know, let's stop it and just run the test, see if the test picks up. And so, yeah, so it did not like that. So returns that have landed since the parameter, not a big deal. So I want to know if it is, should it be greater than or equal to the year? So let's run it now and see what happens. And let's run the test. The test may still not like it. Okay, so that's what it was. So they did want sense. So this instruction here is not correct. I should have followed that instruction over there. But anyway, that is the meteors. So I hope this is helpful. Make sure you read over all the things and you know what's happening in the program.